Hello and welcome to Iridium Rock and Metal Reviews. This is the third video I've done today, and it's another new album that's just come out, which I'm going to review. It's from a band, I hope I'm pronouncing this right. I'll give you all the pronunciations so you can correct me on the right one. Dynazty or Dynazty, got a Z in it, so it's probably Dynazty. And it's a new album, The Dark Delight. So this is another band I've never listened to any of their songs before, none of their albums. So this is what I'm loving about doing these reviews, because it's making me listen to things that I probably never would have before, just to review them, and it's going to open up my mind to a lot more music, so that's a really good thing. So their new album's called The Dark Delight, and they've been going since 2007. They was formed in Sweden. It's what has got off a wiki anyway. So a little bit of background on the band. Apparently they changed the style of their music. So in about 2013 they took a new direction. They was more 80s melodic, heavy rock, I suppose. The subjects of their songs was more partying and women, I suppose, and stuff like that. And then they just changed it in 2013 when they changed the label, the music label as well, when they brought a song out, or sorry, an album out called Renatus, and that's rebirth in Latin, so it sums it up, I suppose, really. And going from that 80s sort of sound, they went a bit darker, with the music and the lyrics. Now they do songs about religion, mortality, and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, really, because they are really hard to pinpoint a genre. I know a lot of people think heavy rock is heavy rock or metal is metal, but you know, you do try to sum it up when you hear a band for the first time and say, you know, that is heavy rock, or that's heavy metal, or that's thrash, or whatever it is. You can't help yourself, and I found it quite hard to pinpoint them, and that's a good thing, really. It is heavy, but in a different way. It's very melodic. It's modern, very modern sounding. So I haven't yet to hear anything from them. So you know what they changed their style from to what it is now, I've got no idea how different it is. There's quite a few synths in this, but they really match the music well. But the guitar's right up the front as well in their sound. So it's heavy, but with synth as well. But the guitars are right up, like I said, at the front of the production. And talking about the production as well, it's spot on. Really good sound on this. You can hear every instrument so clear. There's a bit of a European sound to some of it, I would say, not too much, but you can really hear the European sound in it. Obviously they're from Sweden, so you're going to hear that. I would say it's very experimental, a lot of variety, which is a good thing, because it's going to grow on you as you listen to it a bit more. They've got some real big sounding songs, quite epic sounding. I think that comes from the synths mixed with the guitar. And I would say their influences, it's a bit of a hard one, because there seems to be so many, but I'll probably get killed for saying this, or moaned at or abused, but I can slightly hear some Evergrey in their music. Not the vocals or anything, but the music sounds a little bit Evergrey. Not as progressive, but a bit more melodic than Evergrey. But you can hear that, like especially when you hear the heavy guitar and you hear a little bit piano or synth behind it. It reminded me a little bit of Evergrey. Now not everyone will probably agree with me, but the vocals are really good. A guy called Nils Molin, and he's got a good range. Nothing wrong with him at all. The only thing I'd say is, which I was a bit disappointed in, I don't think it's got any place in this album at all. There's a bit of extreme vocals on a couple of songs, a bit of growling, which I'm not too keen on at all. You know, there's a time when you hear that, it probably suits some bands, but not this band. They don't sound like an extreme band at all. So where they're growling, where they're that idea from, whether they've done that before, I don't know, but I think it's something that, in my opinion, they should drop out of their music. That's just my opinion, though. So some of the songs and what they remind me of, it's weird because you can, there's so much variety here, which is a really good thing. Obviously, it's one that's gonna, you better listen to time and time again, and I think it's one you better pick out bits and pieces and little nuances and stuff. Quite a clever album. The opening song, Presence of Mind, I don't know why, but it reminded me a little bit of Shine Down. A little bit, not a lot, but you could hear a little bit of that in there. A good one of the favourites, Mine the Black, that was a really good song. Hologram, bit of a standout song for me. It's slowed down. I wouldn't exactly call it a ballad, but it's definitely slower than the rest of the album. Some great vocals from Niels Molly. Another single off of this, Waterfall, really good song. Really good song. The Man and the Elements. There's a couple on here. They cover so much music, different styles, but even sound a little bit folky. Some of a couple of the songs on here, The Man and the Elements, and especially Apex, real folky sound, which is a bit strange. You know, you wouldn't associate it. You've listened to some of it, you wouldn't think, how can they get that style in there? But they do. They really cover a lot of ground on this. And The Dark Delight as well, the title track, really liked that as well. There's a little bit of this, sound a bit like Rammstein's Deutschland, a little bit. There's like a little bit of guitar in, like the beginning of Deutschland sounds a little bit like the beginning of The Dark Delight. The rest of the song's nothing like it, but you can, I don't know, as you listen to the album, you can pick things out and think, oh, that sounds a bit like that. But you do that, all music's like that. Yeah. Sometimes you stumble, sometimes bands do actually purposely not copy stuff, but get their influences, and then other times it just happens. And you know, I think this is one of them times I haven't done it on purpose, but it just had that little bit of sound reminding me of the Rammstein song there. So yeah, in a whole, I really like this album. It surprised me. It'll probably make me go back and listen to some more of their music. If you've got any recommendations, their best albums, let me know, and I'll listen to it. And also, if you've got any recommendations of new albums that have come out and you want me to review, I'll do that as well. Obviously, I'm going to stay away from music I don't like at all. If there's any extreme stuff, it's not worth me really reviewing it, because I won't give a good opinion on it, because I don't like it. I don't like it that much. So anything with real screaming vocals or growling and really fast-paced stuff, I'm not really into it that much. Yeah. So please bear that in mind if you want me to review anything. But other than that, just let me know and I'll give it a listen. All right. I'll give this 8 out of 10. It's a good album, really good album. And I can see it appealing to a lot of people, and I can understand them going in a different direction, because I think sometimes, especially now, that 80s melodic sound, there's a lot of bands trying to do it. There's a lot of bands that do it really well, so it's a bit saturated, the market, with that. So I think them going in this direction and having so much variety, I think it's gonna do them a favour, and they could hit it big. I know they're a popular band, but I think they're going to do well. So 8 out of 10. All right, thanks for listening, and please subscribe.